joy. I feel really proud. There's just a lot of emotion. I feel a lot of joy for the people, the players, the staff, the people at the club that have had a tough year. I don't know if this vindicates it, but it just shows that you can do anything if you just keep showing up, and just keep showing up, keep doing your work, stay resilient, stay persistent, and things went our way. But yeah, I believed in this group that we could get in even at the end. It's really difficult circumstances, and when people write you off, it feels even better. I feel like, but at the same time, like I told them in there, and Brad echoed it before I even did, is that now you get yourself in. Now you have to go improve yourself really again. So Tuesday night in Montreal, and that's where the next focus has to go. So it's short lived for sure, but you know what, I always take the joy out of things, and I want to make sure I don't forget this moment, because it was for the people I do it with, and the players, it was sweet.
You had told us on Thursday that you weren't going to be scoreboard watching. Everything depended upon y'all's result, but it seemed like you were doing some scoreboard watching. I was curious who was doing that, and how did you know? When did you know how the other results were going?
Yeah, I lied, didn't I? Yeah, I mean that was my focus, and then as it got to a point where we obviously made the decisions we made, so we had no more substitutions, and we were winning the game. So it's again just about winning the game at that point. Same focus, but then I felt like we needed to know, is it something else I can give them as an extra nudge, and we had people that obviously are on headsets that are watching it, and there's enough people that we got the message that we were winning. They kept it from me, and then I asked. I said I want to know. So at that point, it was probably the most stressful 6 minutes or whatever it was in my life. But
so you weren't told that Charlotte had taken a lead on?
Not for a while.
Okay.
Not until like 89th, 90th minute.
Okay.
Just didn't ask, because I can't tell you the time, but it was whatever it was eternity.
And then, this season y'all have had a lot of bad breaks. You've given up leads late in game. McGuire scores 2-2. You drop back below the line for a few seconds. I was curious what you were thinking, what you were feeling as the referee announced there was going to be a review. And then...
I mean, yeah, we have time to think as it's going. They're kind of telling us that they're going to look at it. They had just communicated about a handball that was the other way with us, and when we scored the second goal, I believe, they said if it has touched the hand anywhere, it has to come back. So when they did say they're looking at it, these guys said that it looked like it was handball. I thought it would come back. I was still pretty angry, because at the end there's no time left to do anything really. So yeah, I was not happy, but then eventually it was, and I still wasn't happy when it got reversed. It was just about just sticking together and just fighting them through it. So
in that locker room, who are you happiest for?
All of them. I mean, the immediate staff, the trainers, the players. I'm happy for all of them. I mean, it's a pleasure to work with them every day. I said to the immediate staff before we went out, I want to enjoy it. I want to make sure that we all enjoy it. I would thank them for all the work they've done, and I said I don't think this is the end of us. So now we have to continue on. I've been really appreciative of their work that they have put in, the players, the staff, and I don't have enough words for them. It's been an unreal experience. It's to see what the process is like, and if we can stick to something like that over a course of a season and over time with additions or whatever, I feel like we got something special.
Switching to Montreal for a second, y'all lost 1-0 up there. It was not a good performance by y'all.
Thanks.
Well, no shots on goal, 3 chances created. What needs to be different for y'all at Stade Saputo on Tuesday to, like you said, advance? Yeah,
if we keep 11 players on the field, then that's a good start. We'll move on to them now. I mean, we'll look at the video that when we had the last game, when we had played back 5 the last time, and then we changed that. So now we look at what we did against them at home. So there will be things we have to adjust, but now it's about recovering and getting ourselves ready to go again.
Can you just talk a little bit about the Stian sub for Luis Abram, and just kind of what it just didn't seem normal at the timing and all?
Yeah, he was dealing with some tightness, and so was communication. As Danny Rios was going on, there was communication on how he felt, and he was saying he felt tight, and as it was going, then that sub kind of got forced upon us in some ways. The Danny one, we were kind of waiting, and then all of a sudden there was miscommunication with that, and Danny got put on. So then I was looking at Steon, and he was trying to push through it, but at the same time, like, we couldn't risk if he can't move. It's not about a tactical thing really. It was just if he can't move and he's slow to step, then we'd be kicking ourselves and him as well. So he was cautious of that. So that was the decision behind it.
And then, as far as the way you communicate to the team going forward to Montreal, it's obviously a short turnaround. Anything different now that you've made it past this point, or is it just going to be kind of the same conversation going forward?
Yeah, I mean, the in terms of like the mentality is that don't settle now. Like, you got yourself in the last day. You stayed persistent. You kept fighting and kept showing up. So it's now like, all right, don't let this just be the end. It's still the same. It's really the same mentality because we came into this knowing that you have to win the game and give yourself a chance, and it's going to be the same in Montreal. You've got to win the game to give yourself a fighting chance to move on. So that won't change. It's now again about recovering, getting the freshest guys that we can, and roll into that next game.
Sitting here right now thinking about this entire experience, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself?
It's a really good question. Just stay true to your values and your beliefs, to who you are as a person, not me as a coach, not about the tactics of that. Stay true to yourself. I say this with the staff as well, never wavered in who I am as a person. I didn't sacrifice my values for wins, and I won't ever. I don't think that's the way that we should operate. And I think that I kept showing up. I was honest, and I stuck true to my values and my beliefs. So I'm proud of that of myself, and that the staff was able to hold up. We were able to hold each other accountable in that. It's not been easy, but nothing is easy. With things that are worth it, it's difficult. So I'm proud of that for sure.
I know this would have meant a lot anywhere, but does it mean a little bit extra to you personally being here?
It's just tough to say because it didn't happen anywhere else. So, look, this club had meant a lot to me previously. I've built a lot of good relationships here on the grassroots of this team. Even just I was in this building before it was constructed. So I think like that kind of thing is serendipitous. I don't believe in coincidence. So I think that there's something to that for sure. At the same time, like there's not a ton of people here anymore. So like it's the club is the club, and now we've all kind of moved on to different phases of our life, and I hold special memories to when it happened. But when we had the team together here, but now it's to answer your question, there is some goodness in it, but also look, they're a great team, and I think just winning anywhere on the road is difficult. So it feels good to win on the road.
I don't know how these probabilities are calculated and who does what, but I don't know if you were aware the probability for Atlanta United to come out of today with this outcome was 10%.
Ain't that some shit?
You've been in soccer a long time. Have you ever been a part of anything quite like this?
Not on the good side of it, really. I think we've talked about the probabilities before, because I think when we were playing Columbus at home, it was like, whatever, saying 8%, 13% or something like that when I caught the broadcast on the after, and I was like, well, yeah, I get it. I get there's probabilities and those things happen, and there's stats and all that. There's humans that make decisions, and humans will change the course of, they have to make decisions on the fly, and they'll change the course of their actions, and probabilities, I get them, but at the same time, the human spirit can fight through things. We proved that.
All right. Any questions on Zoom?
Winkler, go to sleep, huh?
Soon, Rob.
All right. If not, we'll end it with Rob there. Thanks.
Thank you.